Hi people, this is the trailer I'm constructing. Actually, I've already constructed the main trailer. I bought a trailer frame which had no axles, lights, anything that kind. I borrowed a pair of axles off this caravan which is not going anywhere. Fitted them on, they were wider than the trailer frame, so I've had to add a whole lot of cross members and braces, which you can sort of see inside there. It's a whole lot of work, and I've got the frame itself passed for rego, and now comes putting the canopy on, which I'd begun quite a long time ago. I was just going to put a tow frame on to this. This is an old Hi-Ace van, but then it would have had to get engineered and be a whole lot of dramas. So I cut all the chassis off the Hi-Ace completely, and then because the axles are wider, I had to cut the bottom off the door, weld the bottom of the sliding door onto the main body and join it up. And I'm currently this frame at the front is going to be for a toolbox, which will have a lid that will lift up, and that's for putting the chainsaw and the spare wheel and fuel and all that sort of thing. So this is mainly for getting firewood. I could just build an open cage which would be suitable for the firewood, except that we only get our garbage collected once a fortnight, and so in between the garbage all ends up in the trailer, and if you don't cover it up it gets wet, goes rotten, you get the rats and cats and everything else into it, and so you have to have something that's fully enclosed. I'm also thinking this could double up as a camper when I'm finished. So what I'm currently doing at the moment is putting on a whole lot of supports for the outer part of the van shell, and I had a little bit of an issue. This outer brace I would have preferred to take to the main frame, but the issue I've got is I've already got wiring running through the frame and I don't want to burn it. I've used compressed air to try and keep the main frame cool at this point where I've welded it on there. Hopefully I haven't already burnt the wire. Now, the issue that I'm going to have is that it's becoming too heavy. You know, I got to get 3 metres of firewood in here, which will weigh over a tonne on its own. So I thought, well, this has got a lot of structure that's necessary because it carries people in it. You've got to have crash, rollover structure to protect the people, but as a trailer it's not necessary. You only need enough structure so it doesn't collapse while you're driving it, or while you're towing it, I should say. So I'm in the process of removing all the inner panel. The inner panel also stops things falling against the outer panel and denting it, but bring a trail, I'm not really that concerned. Doesn't have to look pretty. And yeah, taking out one of the wheel arches, so I've got to fill that in. And it's like a never-ending welding job. Sometimes I wonder what I took on and wonder whether it might have been easier to just build something from scratch. But anyway, I've come this far, so I'll continue with it. And yeah, the main advantage to this, we have another trailer with a cage, which is just a regular 6x4 box trailer, and it was never suitable to start with. I bent the tow frame on it through overloading it, and it had 6 single axles with no brakes, and it became very hard to stop once it was loaded with wood. So yeah, having the dual axles and brakes is going to make a major difference. This, and the old trailer's fallen apart anyway, it's rusted, it's 40 something years old. So, but the other advantage with this is I've got the 2 doors, so we used to have a real issue with the other one, always having to load the front first and then climbing into it when it's not high enough and you're bumping your head all the time. And yeah, so this is going to be a whole lot better, and this won't be getting filled up anyway. If I filled this up with firewood, I'd need a truck to move it. It'd be way too heavy anyway. So yeah, if I can fill it up to probably the window line, that's probably about the maximum weight that I could tow anyway. Even that might be too much. But yeah, in lightening it, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the insides off the 2 doors as much as I can without it weakening it too much. And I'm also going to take the glass out and replace it with plastic. You can get plastic that's about a 4mm or so, which is fairly strong, and a fair bit lighter than glass. Glass has a lot of weight. And then if it's too heavy, I'll start thinking about, might even make a fiberglass roof and cut the roof off it. Just put there are other things I could do. I could take the panels out the side, replace them with plastic also, that would lighten it. The front tray, I've used the lightest angle I had lying around. That's the other thing I'm building, is on a budget. I'm trying not to spend money on it. So I'll make the actual box out of fiberglass. I'll make it firstly out of wood, cover that with fiberglass, and then pull the wood out. Anyway, I might do an update on this later.